Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. The purpose of this short video is to, I hope, offer some words of encouragement to the many of you who have written to me telling me how scared you are. You are really frightened. Some of you have shared, whether in emails or in comments, that you are on the verge of losing the place that you're living because the rent has gone up so much you can no longer afford it. Many older women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s have written to me telling me how scared they are that they're about to have to move into a vehicle. In some instances, some people are taking care of an older, sick spouse or partner, and they are so scared. One woman told me, "I am scared to death. I know that when my husband passes, I will no longer be able to afford to live in this home because on one income, I can't make it."
I always thought, oh, if I don't live in a house or an apartment, my life is going to be terrible and everything's going to go wrong and I'm going to be miserable and cold and wet. But if you know how to live with very little, then you have a lot.
That is just a short excerpt of a video I did recently with an interview with B. Go back and watch that. I think it will encourage you if you're in the situation where you're about to move into a vehicle. It will encourage you to let you know it is not as scary as you think. Now, I'm not doing this video and this tour of B's very minimal build to tell you, oh, that's the life for you, you should go into a vehicle. But I am here to tell you that it is not as frightening as you think it may be. There are resources out there, and there is a huge van life and nomad community with some very wonderful people that will help you. So go watch that video and hear what B has to say. Some of the things that she says you really need to do and the attitude you need to have if you are going to survive and even thrive. But meanwhile, come on, and I'm going to do a very short tour of B's SUV, which has really the most minimal build. I shouldn't even call it a build, but the most minimal setup I've ever seen. So come on, and I'm going to introduce you to B again and show you the SUV that she's living in. And even though she's going to be starting a job very soon, she's decided to stay living in that vehicle to save money for her future. All right, let's go check out her SUV, shall we? You're saying this for your bed, you have this cover that you got at a thrift shop. It's a sofa cover?
It's a sofa cover. And inside of it are several layers of cardboard.
So cardboard is the foundation
Cardboard boxes
of your bed?
Are the foundation. And they're very springy. And then the final layer is a thick foam gym mat that they sell at Walmart for about $30.
So you have, let me go over and make sure everyone understands this again.
Okay.
So you've got cardboard layers,
Yes.
a gym mat covered by a sofa cover.
It's all inside.
And that's what you sleep on.
That is what I sleep on.
And is that comfortable? Because
it's very comfortable.
I'm just hearing people say, well, that can't be comfortable.
Well, it's not like a real mattress. It's not memory foam.
Okay.
But it's certainly better than a sidewalk.
Okay. So it's relatively speaking, and you're
Yeah.
satisfied with it.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Now I'm looking over here, and I see you have kind of paracord, and do you hang your towel and things to dry there?
Yep, I hang towels to dry, and I have a cord going around right here, and then one there, and one across over there. I want to do a fourth one on that side over there, so I can hang more stuff. So I hang my clothes and towel to dry because I showered this morning at the gym, so my towel's drying there.
So let me ask you this. So when we were talking, I actually kind of already know the answer, but I want to share it with my Globies. So now you don't have a refrigerator in here.
I don't.
And you don't have a power station.
Nope.
No, nothing to cook in, no butane stove or anything.
Nope.
So how do you cook, and where do you cook?
So when the weather's dry enough, I use the barbecue pits here at the park, and there's another park down the street that also has barbecue pits. But I don't use the actual pits they have here. I just use those as a platform for my little portable setup that I have. with just basically, it's a metal bucket, a 1 gallon metal bucket, and I gather firewood because I like to burn wood for my food if I'm going to cook. And then just a grill and just a real simple setup, and I just barbecue outdoors with wood.
So you cook every day because you don't have anywhere to really keep your food overnight?
I don't cook every day. I eat at a soup kitchen for breakfast, and then I will probably have just some sandwiches for lunch, and then for dinner is usually just a piece of fruit or maybe a sandwich again. But if I really want a hot meal, I'll go to Panda Express or go to a deli at a grocery store and get some hot rice and meat or something from Stater Brothers or Walmart or someplace like that, because they have delis with hot food.
Okay.
So you can go in there and for a good price get something. I mean, no matter what kind of lifestyle you have, you still have to have some kind of money, some kind of income.
Right.
No matter how little it is, you have to have some way to buy food, to buy things that you need.
Right. Now, as far as going to the bathroom, what do you do?
So I primarily use public facilities.
What about
if I just have to, to go pee, I have a bucket in there with a plastic bag in it, and I just use that.
And you were telling me you dump it in a porta potty.
Yeah, there's a porta potty down the street. I dump it there, so it's legally dumped.
How about keeping clean in showers and that type of thing?
Oh, well, I have a gym membership at one of the gyms around here, and they were having a special for $10 a month to get a membership, so I took advantage of that. So I just pay $10 a month and go in and shower in there. It's really clean and nice, and they have dressing rooms that are nice and big, and you can lock the door and have a mirror so I can do all my makeup and all my grooming and all that.
Okay. Now, you were showing me that you do have a cooler. Let's go and check that out real quick. This is really the only amenity that you have, is a thermal bag that you said that maybe you might buy. Can you show me the size of milk? You say you buy
one of these at night. And I put that on my cereal in the morning, and it stays cool and it stays fresh. But in summertime, I probably won't be able to do this. In that case, what I'll do is probably buy an actual cooler and buy bags of ice every day.
Okay.
And so I would just put everything on ice.
And that's when you don't. That's when you don't go to eat at the shelter, the breakfast. Okay.
Right.
So you are probably one of, if not the most minimalist I've seen. I mean, even people who are really minimalist had at least a mattress, but you have cardboard and just a pad, and you're telling me you don't want to add anything else to your van.
I don't. I actually got rid of some stuff yesterday. I did. I had extra clothes that I wasn't wearing, so I donated them to Brother Benno's.
Wow.
I don't want a bunch of crap around me. I just can't. When there's too much clutter and stuff, I start feeling really anxious and uncomfortable and sad. So I just get rid of it.
Okay. But we're getting a little bit of a streak here in the film from the sun, but sorry folks, but that's okay. But so one last question I wanted to ask you, B.
Sure.
Do you find yourself getting lonely living this lifestyle? Because it sounds like it's fairly solitary.
It's a very solitary lifestyle, and you have to enjoy solitude to do this. If you're a person who needs someone around you all the time, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay. All right.
I'm sure. I mean, I have a social network. I have friends and people I speak with, and so I'm not always alone.
And you were telling me that when you were sleeping on the street and in the riverbed for a while, there were people who knew you because you'd been in this area for so long and kind of looked out for you.
Yep, that's right.
So in the homeless community, there are groups that will look out for each other, is what I hear you saying.
There are, yeah. If you're a solid person and you don't steal and you're not scandalous, you will make friends. You will have a social network. And yeah, people do look out for each other for the most part. Obviously, there are people who steal and all that. That's always been around since the beginning of time. We've had thieves and crime, and I don't know how we end it.
All right.
Yeah, so.
Well, B, thank you so much for generously sharing of your time
Yeah,
and your experience.
I hope I could share something helpful with someone who needs help.
Well, I think you're expressing the attitude that you have maintained that helps you to be positive and not be bitter, because like you said, when you came out here, it sounds like you might have been a little frightened or scared, and
Yeah.
you were scared.
A little bit, yeah. Sure.
And that now that you've adjusted and adapted, so it sounds like flexibility and the ability to adapt.
Yes, those are very important skills to have.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll just back up again. One last glance of you and your SUV, and we will see you down the road, hopefully sooner than later, B.
Thank you, Carol.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.